Okay, happy Saturday morning to you all. It is October 14th, and it's a beautiful, clear day. I don't want to go sunny right now because I'll blind the camera. Beautiful, clear, sunny day in Katy area, and we have a very rare annular solar eclipse today. Not annular like every year, but annular as in we get to see the ring of fire around the moon, which is pretty cool. So it's not going to be in totality here in the Houston or Katy area, but San Antonio is in the path of it. So what I'm going to do is head out toward Seguin, Texas, which is just a few miles this way of San Antonio, 30, 40 miles this direction of it, I guess. So it's about a 2-hour ride for me to get out there, 146 miles or something like that. So I'm going to get on the road. The eclipse happens at totality starts at around 11:52, I think the tracker says. So I've got a couple hours to get out there, and 20 or 30 minutes to set up. I'm going to put my camera up, and I'll try to do a live stream if there's a good signal out there. But I'm headed to a lake. I forget the name of the lake. I'll throw the name up here in the video. In the Seguin area. Oh, dead possum. I don't think he's playing possum. I think he's really dead. The lake is just south of I-10, kind of near Highway 90 alternate that parallels I-10. So I'll jump off of I-10 at Seguin and head just a few miles south and just go sit over there by this lake and watch the solar eclipse. It'll be pretty cool. It's chilly out here this morning. I'm wondering if I shouldn't have put on an overjacket, but I'll adjust to it once I get moving. It's like 68 right now. Get out on the highway with 70-mile-an-hour wind in my face. It's going to be a little chilly. And it's not going to get much warmer today, apparently. I think our high is only going to be 72 or 74, so perfect day for motorcycling. Go ahead and stop and fuel up here. I've got probably 3/4 tank. But I want to get all the way out there and not have to worry about stopping for fuel and interrupting my flow to get out there on time. Just swing by Walmart here and top up the tank. Oop, oh yeah, I got my wallet this time. I didn't forget my wallet like I did a few days ago. So I'm going to set up my phone and my camera to do recording of the event, but I don't have proper solar filters for either one. What I'm going to try to do is hack some, I've got a couple of ND filters, pretty steep ones like ND32. I'm going to put that on one of the cameras, and then I'm going to strap one to the back of my cell phone with a couple of like hair tie elastics. See if I can get it just over the lens of the camera and give a little better option to capture the eclipse without saturating out the camera and making the iris close out so much that it's just not even visible. We'll see how that works. I don't know. It might be a total fail. And then I don't have anything for my eyes, of course, so I'll be looking at the camera instead. Maybe. We'll see. Fuel prices have dropped a bit. $3.33 for premium. I'll go ahead and feed the little Hunter some premium today. Why not? Of course, by the time I get through whatever's left in the pump hose here, they'll probably be full and never even get to the premium that I wanted, unless the previous guy before me... What is up with this hinge? There we go. The previous guy before me got super. Oh, let's get her as full as I can get her today. Look at that, 46. Let's go 4 more pennies. $4.50, 1.348 gallons, and it is over the top of the splash plate. Not gonna get any more in there than that. Okay. Clickety-doo-dah. Do a very quick picture opportunity. 11:24 on the clock. Cool. That's it. That's all I need. Oh, well, I'll go ahead and get my trip. 86.4 on that trip. There we go. Now I'm done. All right. Let's hit the road. Oh, let's reset that trip too while we're at it. Doink. Okay, so I got my backpack on my back. You guys know how much I love that. Hate backpacks. I've got my tripod and a couple of other things in there. Camera gear and a mount for my phone and all that. So trek on out there. Couple hour ride. Be about 360 miles today, something like that. I can't remember how many miles exactly it was. Like 146, 148. So yeah, 300 miles and change, let's say. Yeah, I should have put my over jacket on. It's a little chilly out here. Too late now. I ain't going back. I'm on a schedule here. It's 8:55. So 9 o'clock. I'll be out there just about 11, maybe a touch after 11, and that gives me 15 or 20 minutes to set up my stuff. So I won't have time to do scenic back road ride. If I had gotten out an hour earlier, I might have taken alternate 90 as far as I can out there, but it intersects and runs into I-10 several times. You end up on I-10 no matter what. So I'm just going to go ahead and run I-10 all the way out there. Maybe for the return trip I'll take 90 and take the slow road home. Get in behind Fat Boy here and use him to draft. Save some fuel getting out there. Maybe. Yeah, it's a shame for all the people down in southern Texas, closer to Rockport, Corpus, all that. The cloud cover is supposed to be fairly thick from the forecast. Like 75% cloud cover. So that's suboptimal for viewing the eclipse today. Everywhere else it's going to be clear, including San Antonio. So I was thinking of riding all the way down to Rockport and see the eclipse down on the coast. But when I saw that cloud forecast, I thought, better not. It is windy. I've had this thing up to an indicated 80 a couple of times. Not really maintaining or sustaining that, just kind of rolling along with traffic. But I haven't done a top speed run on it yet. I'm waiting for my draggy GPS to show up. The first one that I had, I gave to Life of Birch at our first meetup, or his first meetup, and I had forgotten about that, so I went digging around in all my boxes, my equipment, motorcycle electronics, etc., looking for that draggy GPS, going, man, I never lose this stuff. What did I do with it? And then I remembered, oh yeah, I gave that to Birch. So I ordered one, was it yesterday, I guess. It should be in sometime soon-ish. I was kind of waiting to order a new one until Prime Day came around, October 9th and 10th, or 10th and 11th, whatever that was. But that draggy GPS didn't go on special, so I didn't save any money. Whatever. I ordered a new one. They're like 159 bucks, and I usually put them right here on the brake reservoir with some Scotch lock. It's like a real heavy-duty interlocking plastic Velcro, but not your traditional hook and loop stuff. It's mushroom-shaped nubs on both sides of very tough plastic, nylon, and when you click them together, man, they stay together. So I stick that on there, and then I can take it on, put it off, multiple bikes, whatever. So when I get that in, I'll do some top speed tests and acceleration tests, braking tests, all that. indicated 80. 77 actual. Indicated 81. 82. Indicated 83, that's 80 actual. So I don't know if this thing's got a speed limiter for the US market. I'm headed into some pretty stiff wind here too. Might be able to pull better than that. On a calm day, I'll be able to get almost 85 out of it. It'll be interesting to see how the custom exhaust and the Fuel X changes that. Eventually, I might end up putting the performance camshaft in there. I think it's Kent cams from Hitchcock's in the UK. I'm not sure what that does to the power curve. I'd like to see some dyno reports of it to know what it's all about. Installation shouldn't be too hard because this is a simple 2-valve overhead cam. So into this wind, I'm running an indicated 74, 75, which is actual 71, 72, and I'm at about 80% throttle. I got a little bit left. When the wind dies down and I feel kind of a lull, I can drop out of the throttle about another 20%, so I'm only running half throttle, but pretty breezy out here today. 56 minutes. So I'm definitely not getting the same fuel economy as I normally do, running hard like I am today. I'm almost 80 miles into this tank and I'm right back where I started from my fuel up earlier, and that was 1.2 gallons or something. So I'm probably burning at about 60 miles to the gallon rate right now. We'll see when I get done with the trip. Actually, before I start the return trip, I'll top this thing off and we'll calculate how poor, or relatively poor, the fuel economy was on this 70, 75 mile, wow, that was a wind gust, 70 to 75 mile an hour run out here against the wind. The return trip going back, I'll probably stay on Alt 90 and take a slower route home, 55, 60 miles an hour, just relax. And that'll be drastically different on the fuel economy. Woohoo, man, it's windy out here. The cold front blew through last night. Yeah, all these they're just bent over 15 miles an hour, steady, 20 plus going the gust. Cold front blew through last night. It was pretty humid, kind of sticky most of the day. We were supposed to get showers with that cold front overnight. I don't think it rained in Katy, but definitely blustery and much cooler after that cold front. "28 more minutes. My butt's doing okay, but I'm starting to feel a little bit of pressure on my sit bones in the seat, the thinner custom seat, whatever they call it. I think the original seat is a little bit more plush than this one. Seguin, 1 mile. San Antonio's another half mile or half hour further, but I think I'm gonna make Seguin my stop. I'll be right on the edge of the totality for the Eclipse. It'll be about, based on the map that I looked at, I'll be about 1 or 2 miles inside the totality. Right here would be kind of right on the edge of it. Go a few miles further, I'll end up down there at that little lake, whatever it is, and where I could figure out on the map, it looked like it was well inside the ring. Man, it's a lot of cloud cover out here. This isn't cool. Right where I want to be for the totality is got clouds, but 10 miles back the other way, not so bad. Let's see how it works out. Yeah, they're all set up to watch the eclipse. You're probably wondering the same as me. Is it gonna clear out clouds? Yeah, everybody's set up to watch the eclipse right over here. And I hope these clouds burn off. I would just sit out here with some of these people, but I'd rather have a little bit less highway and traffic noise if I'm going to record and maybe do a live stream. Yep, a bunch of people just set up waiting. Ooh, cold. Fingers are stiff. It's only about 60 degrees out here. Whew. Hey, you can see how windy it is. Look at that flag. It keeps flipping around. It's kind of going this way, then it's going this way, this way, this way, but it's predominantly south. So. Yeah, it is windy. I am going to stop and get a drink because I'm thirsty, and then I'll head on over to this little lake area thing. Grab something to drink, maybe some chips, because I need some kind of grindage, something to chew on. All right. Aye, aye, aye. Oh, hey, they got food here, too. Look at this. Ah, ooh, if they've got deli sandwiches, that's going with me. Italian-style sub? That might be it. What's in it? That might be it. Sure. I would like to stop and get barbecue, but I'm really hungry right now. Okay, I don't need any of that, but I will take something like this. Where's it going to be? Do they have the body armor stuff? It doesn't look... Oh, yeah, they do, right there. 2 for $6 body armor. Hell yeah. Win! What's the one that I like? They don't have the one that I like, do they? Oh, yeah, there it is. Strawberry grape. I think that was one of them. And what's it going to be? What's it going to be? Let's do tropical punch. Sure. All right, cool. There we go. Get on the road. They got Subway here, but I don't think I want to wait on that. I'll just do this quickie.
Hi.
Hey.
Sorry, I have a mess.
That's all right.
I was just cleaning. Alrighty. How are you today?
I'm well. How about you? There's that, and I think these were 2 for $6.
Actually, they're not.
They're marked on the door back there, 2 for $6. That's all right. I'll just take one of them then if they're not.
Well, they come. Oh yeah, they come out to $7.12. That's with tax. So yeah, basically 2 for $6.
That's whatever.
Okay, $14.69.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
Yeah, you might have them remove the sign back there because they're coming up at what, $3.50 or something each. So.
Yeah. Well, they're actually coming up at $3.29.
$3.29. Well, still not 2 for $6.
Sorry
okay,
about that.
that's all right. I appreciate it.
Receipt?
No, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Throw this stuff in my bag somehow. get over there to the park, get set up. And of course, the clouds are really moving in, man. I hope they clear out. That's going to suck if it just totally obscures the eclipse. There were no clouds, and now they're just going to move in to ruin the day. My hands are so cold and stiff I can barely move my fingers. It might be in the 50s here. It's pretty chilly. Whew, man, definitely need the over jacket. 0.6 miles, 90 west. Now hopefully I'll have a fairly clear shot, not including the clouds, you know, but no heavy tree cover around me. We're going to find out. Two turtle. That's going to be it. Turtle. .3 turn right. Okay. I don't know if this is public area or not. It looks like it's a neighborhood, so I'm not sure. I haven't been here before. I just looked at pictures online and it said there was a little lake, and okay, cool. Well, that's the lake. That's lakefront, it says. 100 feet, turn right. Yeah, into somebody's driveway? Oh, come on, man. This isn't public. Google's sending me on a goose chase. Alright, well, then I'm just going to go back toward the road over there and set up, because this ain't going to work. This is all private. It's even listed as like a park area. How is that? This is private. It's pretty, but it's private. Just need a clear shot of the sky. No trees in front of me. Alrighty then. Well. Be nice if I could find somewhere with a windbreak, because man, it is chilly out here. Right there on the back of this business. That's my windbreak. Parking lot. Some kind of liquor store. Okie dokie. And I've got a shot of the sky. So I'm just going to set up here. Is it calm? Yes, the wind is not blowing here. Cool. Well, I hope they don't mind me parking behind their building, but I'm going to park behind their building. Do I want to be over there by that? Overlooking the field. Is there enough of a windbreak here? This will work just fine. No parking. Yeah, well, okay. This is it. Yeah, the building is acting as a good windbreak. This is perfect. Okay, I'm going to pull all this stuff off, get set up here real quick, and hopefully we get a break in these clouds, because man, that is just blanket of clouds covering the sun. I could have been, 10 miles that way and this cloud cover wasn't there, but that's not in the totality area of the eclipse, so that's how it goes. Whew. Running out of time. you guys in the action, trying to unpack everything and fight with as little as possible. Okay. Lake Placid is what this place is called, but you can't get to it. It's all private. Why do you list it as being a lake? Come on, man. Okay, then. I'd like to eat real quickly if I can. Drying on my own or nothing. Terrible. All right, happy Saturday afternoon to you all, or almost afternoon. Nobody's tuned in yet because this was totally unscripted and unplanned. But we're staring at the sun today. There is a annular eclipse that's going to be the last one of its type to cross the United States in quite a while. But I am out here in Seguin, Texas, hanging out behind a building to get a little bit of a windbreak because it's windy and very chilly today. I had originally planned on being lakeside. There's something lake right over here, but it's all gated in private, can't get to it. So I just stopped at the next best place, and we should start seeing the sun disappear in a little bit. I've got a couple of cameras set up. I'm hoping to record it. Try to get in here behind it. Yeah, it looks like we're starting to get a little bit of coverage on the corner of the sun there. I've got GoPro recording it with a ND filter on the front of it to try to block out some of the sun, but yeah. I decided to take the little Hunter on a 300 and something mile little road trip for this morning. Got out of Katy about I don't know, 8:30, something like that, and I've been fighting the wind the whole way trying to get here. So the trick now is I'm trying to keep, you guys can't see what I'm doing, sorry. I'm trying to manage 3 cameras at the same time. I'm trying to keep the sun right in the middle of it. Of course, it's tracking, changing position, and my tripod is not. So there's the sun. Here's my view of it in the other camera, and it's starting to get a little bit of a shadow on it. It's going to look pretty cool here in a few more minutes. Anyway, see who's online. Everything guy, how's it going? Mr. Somebody in there second, nice. I don't know if the video is coming through okay or if the audio is coming through okay. I'm streaming on 5G, so hopefully it works for everybody. I'll show you the sun while I'm reading comments. Robert, hey, how's it going, buddy? Nuclear, how's it going? Who else is in? William, very bright in Belton. Yeah, we had a lot of cloud cover out here a few minutes ago. Luckily it's burned off just in time for the event. There were no clouds at all like 10 miles before I got here, and then as I'm rolling into this area there's clouds everywhere. I was like, oh man, you gotta be kidding. But luckily it's clearing out. So just a little impromptu live stream today, goofing off, not really bike centric, but I did ride a bike to get here. So in this camera that you're looking through, you can't really see any occlusion right now from the moon passing by it. But in my other camera that's zoomed up here, we're starting to see shadow of the moon in there. So we'll see how it looks in a few more minutes. I can't stare at it with my eyeballs, but I can certainly get behind my other phone as a as a break. Terry, hey, how's it going, man? It peaked already in Nevada. Yeah, hey, bad guy. Yeah, I was thinking about going all the way to San Antonio, but this is supposed to be just in the edge of totality here, where we'll get full shadow. So I should be about 5 or 6 miles inside the shadow path. Creepy, how's it going? Travis, how's it going, buddy? It's chilly out here. I don't know how the temperature is everywhere else in Texas, but the further I got to San Antonio, the cooler it got. It's like low 60s or something here right now, it feels like. It's pretty chilly, and I didn't bring an over jacket or anything. I'm just in my regular mesh riding jacket, and boy, I've been shivering all the way here. I was cold. Nathan, how's it going, buddy? Trying to manage 3 cameras at once here. This is just an impromptu. I might do a quasi Saturday Night Live tonight if I can get home and get everything set up in time. I haven't done one of those in been over 2 months. Connie, hey, how's it going, Connie? So that's my my sun watching rig that I've got set up here. Got my cameras on a tripod. I got a GoPro recording it, and also a my Samsung Galaxy, and the sun she's tracking. It's off the screen halfway. Hang on a second. Let me manage my other camera view here and not blind myself. Try to slowly drag that thing over. There we go. I got it almost in the middle of the screen now. Cool. Too cloudy in Illinois. Yeah. We were wondering how it was going to be here. We had a cold front blow through last night. My tentative plan was to ride down to Rockport today and view the eclipse down there on the coast. But the cloud cover was rated at 75% cloud cover for today down there, and that's not cool. Not for eclipse watching, so I came west toward San Antonio to catch it. Evan Fields, hey Evan, how's it going, man? 54 degrees there, 2 days of rain. Yeah, we had a little bit of rain that came through with this cold front, but Katy didn't get anything. Other parts of Houston did. Partly cloudy in South Carolina. Yeah, cool. All right, bear with me for a second, everybody. I'm going to set the phone. Well, I'll try to hang on to it. I'm going to re-aim my tripod here a bit up. There we go. Trying to get the sun in the middle of the frame. There we go. That's a little better. The GoPro is a wide-angle lens. It won't care, but I'm doing a zoomed-up view on the cell phone here. Cool. So what else is going on, everybody? Anyone else get to see the eclipse today? Hey, Terry, yeah. Figured I'd bring everybody along. I didn't know for sure if I was going to be able to do the live stream from here, out on the road or not. Didn't know how the coverage was going to be. But yeah, it's kind of working. It seems like every time I aim this phone at the sun, it obscures the focus. It wigs out. It's clear for a second, and then it gets muddier. But yeah, whatever. Lewis, great show in San Antonio. Yeah, man, I'm just on the edge of San Antonio. I'm here in Seguin, just about 30 miles east of you. Too bright. Perfect filter. Yeah, little clouds. Yeah, it's pretty bright here. Lee, how's it going, Lee? Yeah, too cloudy in Minnesota. Yeah, and I think most of the anything kind of from Oklahoma up and northeasterly is going to be too cloudy today. Any Sundry Mule, how are you, sir? From the UK. Eclipse Hunter. There you go. I was trying that. You got it. That's okay. You coined the phrase for today's ride vlog. I was trying to figure out how I was gonna wrap it around motorcycle centric, hunter chasing the moon or something, but Eclipse Hunter. There you go. Eclipse Hunter. You got it. Good stuff. Cloudy in East Tennessee. Yeah. All right, we should be getting pretty close to totality here if we were going to get it at all. All the reports said, yeah, that's crazy. All the reports said that we were going to get like 11:56, but we're past that now. So maybe this was all bunko. It's right there. I don't know if you can see it in my phone, but right there on the lower corner, we just saw a little bit of it passing by. So I should have been in the shadow, but we didn't get anything here. It didn't even get dark. Crazy. Supposed to get that ring of fire thing. Did anybody over in San Antonio or anywhere else get to see the ring of fire? Because it did not even get dark here. Travis watching from Oklahoma. Nice. Texoma. Cool. Lee, you got it. Motorcycles on an Eclipse. I didn't get much of an Eclipse on video or anything else. I was hoping for something a little bit more cinematic. Going through my comments. Okay, well, I don't know, man. I mean, whatever the eclipse was that we were supposed to see did not happen here in Seguin, and I would imagine that we would have gotten at least some of it, but couldn't barely see it. Anybody in San Antonio or anyone through the Texas area get to see more of the eclipse than I did here in Seguin? Because we're officially past it now. Lanzy, howdy from across the pond. Yeah, we were hoping to see more of an eclipse here, but it didn't happen. I should have been in the shadow or in the coverage area, but didn't get to see it. And I hear tornado siren testing going on in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Well, that was a little anticlimactic. I was hoping for more of a view. I'll have to go back on my video on the phone because it was zoomed up. But I mean, I don't know if you guys can see what my eye is seeing there. It's not much coverage. I mean, swung it too far. If it'll hold still. That's not much coverage. There's just a tiny, tiny sliver of moon going across the sun right there. I'm trying to get it, two cameras to focus. I'll show you later in video, but yeah, it's just a tiny little sliver right there. My position in Seguin was not sufficient for a full eclipse. Oh well. I tried. I rode 140 miles to kind of sort of see it. Didn't work. I'm sure it was even less visible in Houston, way outside of the coverage circle. Oh well. Mike, hey man, nothing in Eastern Tennessee. Yeah, cloudy. Well, either the sun and moon changed their positions or something suddenly when no one in the astronomical world was paying attention, but that was not an annular eclipse, not from Seguin, according to the projected map. San Antonio and Seguin were supposed to be in full coverage or full shadow. Nah, man, it just barely carved a path right through the side over there. That's all I saw from here. Oh well. Belton got the lower bottom of it. Yeah, that's all I got here was just the edge, man, just the edge. I wanted to see that, the ring of fire that they always show in the pictures. I've never seen that. Landsy, hey, thanks for the feedback on the camping video. I'll be doing that again soon. It's that time of year here. Weather is a whole lot better. Not as hot and terribly humid, so I can sleep at night. When it's above about, you know, high 70 degree Fahrenheit at night, especially with humidity, I just can't sleep when it's that hot. So I have to wait until it cools off a bit, and then I get out and freeze my butt off in the cold. That's better than sweating. Anyway, guys, well, less than cinematic here, and I can't zoom this camera, but yeah, I'll have to review the footage that I had on these cameras and see how much of it I caught, if any at all, and if I can get that thing. So you can kind of see in this camera here, if I can get my fingernail in the picture right there. I'm looking camera on camera. There's just a tiny little sliver of the moon, so it was only just on the edge, and it just tracked this side of the moon. That was it from my position in Seguin, Texas, which is just outside of San Antonio. Oh well, maybe if anyone in San Antonio saw anything better, they can tell me. I'll look at the astronomical reports and see who's full of crap, because the projected map did not work here. Anyway, I'm going to sign off all. It was just a quick one. I'll answer a couple questions if anybody's in. We've only got 30 of us. Landsy, Hunter looks good in the add-ons. UK, long wait. Oh, so you're still not getting them there. That's interesting. I know that Bennett's Bikes and a few of the other reviewers on YouTube that are over there in the UK have been doing reviews on them, but I didn't know how the distribution was going over there. It's a fun little bike. I like it. It's a fun machine. It's not powerful. It's not fast, but I do like the retro styling of it. You know, it's just a very standard bike, nothing fancy. You know, 20 horsepower, probably 17, 18 horsepower at the rear wheel, but it gets down the highway at 75 miles an hour just fine. It's not going to go much faster than that, but it can do that all day. It's still returning pretty amazing fuel economy. So good machine. It's a lot of fun. Thank you for tuning in from across the pond, and I'll catch you all later, maybe for a quasi Saturday Night Live tonight. We'll see if I can get back home and get everything set up in time. If not, I'll try to do that next weekend. So thanks, everybody. Great talking with you. Oh yeah, leave the thumbs up. That sucked, by the way. At least I get to eat my sandwich now. But yeah, there's no eclipse. It didn't even get dark here. Nothing at all. Not like previous eclipses I remember seeing. On camera, I was watching it track, and it just went kind of just through the edge, not even 30% of the edge of the sun, and just whoop, that was it. And this location where I'm standing right here was on the map for being in the 100% coverage area, and even 20 miles from here was supposed to be in like the 85% coverage. Bullshit. We're talking barely 30% coverage from where I am. Oh well, I got a road trip out of it. Not very good. In fact, I think dog biscuits, it tastes better than this. This is awful. Hungry. I'll eat it, but it ain't good. Very anticlimactic. I was wanting to see at least a little bit of darkness, you know. See a big shadow kind of go by, dim everything out for a few seconds, and then go back to light. No, not even that. Not even close. I mean, staring at it with the naked eye, you couldn't even see that there was a moon shadow at all. Not even close. Not at all. Not even a little bit. Alrighty, well, burned through a whole bunch of gas to get here. I'll find a fuel station somewhere here in town, fill up, and then I'll take the back roads home, take Alt 90. Pecan Cove is the name of this place, and whatever that lake is not public. Not public access. It's all walled off in people's backyards. Man, it's chilly. I'm missing that overjacket. Should have brought the overjacket. Woo! Chilly, chilly. Welcome to Seguin. Got some bikes. Alright, well, we'll get back up here toward the main road, probably right back to that gas station that I stopped at. I'll fill up and plot my route back home on the back roads. I've never been to this fuel station, Road Ranger, never heard of it. I don't know who sells their fuel or who manufactures their fuel, but we'll stop here and top this thing off and head back home at a little bit slower pace, hopefully, and if I'm lucky, the wind will still be the same direction, which means behind me this time instead of fighting it. What's it going to be? Well, we'll just do mid-grade because I have no idea what's in the pump handle anyway, and it's only going to be a gallon and change, so we're going to feed it 89. Alright. I haven't done any full tank runs on the highway and comparing fuel grades or anything like that to know if this thing does any better with high test unleaded in it. And for anyone watching overseas that's not in the United States, our pump numbers, octane numbers, are not octane. It's PON, or pump octane number. More specifically, it's the AKI index, which is anti-knock index. And how that's calculated is RON plus MON divided by 2. So RON and MON numbers are much higher than our blended index, or whatever you want to call it, the AKI. I could do a little more. Oh, 1 penny, look at that. 7.25, so 2.265 gallons. So I burned quite a bit of fuel getting here. Right up to the splash plate. So, yeah. How it boils down is our pump numbers that we have here are generally about 3 points below what everyone else's are in other countries. So if the manual says you need to run 92 in it, that's equivalent to our 89 mid-grade. $144.7 on that trip. So I'll throw it up there with the magic of editing, but I'm curious right now to know what it was so I can talk on it. I will do the math right now. 144.7 Calculator. Calculate it. 144.7 divided by 2.266. 63.85, 63.86. So you can just round it up to 64 miles to the gallon. So I was pretty close. I was saying I was burning at about a 60 mile per gallon rate, just based on how fast that gauge was going down. Yep, I was close. So 64 miles to the gallon roughly at almost full tilt, fighting headwinds. So that's not bad. Not bad. Not as good as it's been getting, you know, up in the 80s with my normal commute running 60 to 65 without fighting the headwinds. Calculating route. 2.5 hours and change, almost 3 hours. Alt 90, Alt 60, yes, yes, and go now. That's the way I'm going to go. Cool. All right, get on the road. Hopefully I can avoid some of the wind because, boy, let me tell you, I'm chilly. Proceed to highlighted route. And where would that be? I'm taking 10 out here, so it's got to be back the way I just came in. I'm presuming back over to Alt 90. Okay. So that gives me two important metrics on this bike for highway touring. First and foremost was my fuel exhaustion run, knowing how far I could go, you know, about how many miles after reserve kicked in, the F trip, and that was 46 miles at a moderate pace. And more importantly, it told me how far down in the tank I can go, which is only 3 gallons. So there's 0.4 gallon that you're not going to be able to access as dead stock. And then now, worst case fuel economy, pretty much worst case, against the wind, almost full throttle for 140 something miles, and it was getting 64 miles to the gallon. So I should say 60 miles to the gallon, make it even more worst case. Worst case. 60 miles to the gallon, 3 gallons, it's 180 mile range. So worst case, you're going to get 180 miles to a tank on this. If you're running slower or not fighting headwinds or whatever, 225 to 230 is probably about as far as you want to push it. Yeah, that was a letdown, man. I was hoping for a whole lot more of an eclipse, you know, really be able to see it. Man, if it wasn't for my Samsung phone and being able to zoom that up 10 power optical zoom, I wouldn't have seen that eclipse at all. I wouldn't have seen the moon passing by it, not even a little bit, because it wasn't visible to the naked eye. Maybe if you had on special glasses you could have seen it, but I don't even think that. You would have to have almost a telescope, something with magnification, to see just that little tiny sliver of moon going by. Yeah, that would have been a real letdown. I was just thinking that through. That would have been pissing me off annoyingly ridiculous to ride all the way down to Rockport today, and not only to have had the cloud cover problem, but what eclipse, you know, it's not even visible. Oh, come on. Ride all the way down there, it'd be almost 700 miles round trip. Yeah, that would have pissed me off. I mean, I get a road trip out of the deal, sure, but very anticlimactic. Well, you literally couldn't wait like 3 seconds for me to go by? Okay. Ow! It's that big ass something, I don't know what it was. It was a wasp or a grasshopper or what, that cracked me right in the collarbone.
Nice stop, dude. He didn't even come close to stopping. He rolled that at 15 miles an hour. We got a problem. Accident of some kind, yikes. What's going on? Shiner 33. Man, if I go through Shiner on this route, I might just stop there at the Shiner Brewery for a picture and maybe a beer. I don't know if they're open on the weekends for tours and all that. .47 miles. ETA is 3:30 if I don't stop anywhere. I might have time to do my Saturday Night Live tonight. With as nice as the weather is, I will probably set up on the patio. Do it outside tonight. I might even just hang my hammock in the gazebo and sleep outside in the cool air tonight. It's windy out here. Man, is it windy today. 20 plus, just steady lateral. The gusts probably to 30. I'm leaned way off the left side of the bike and just dialing in a trim. Yeah, there are definitely worse ways to spend a Saturday. This is fun. Rural roads, just chilling out, riding slow, soaking in the scenery. I could do without some of the wind, but take what you can get. It's windy out here. I really do want to get another little convertible. Man, I can't get it out of my brain. The bug really hit me last fall when I was touring up in Maine and all that. And went up, or not Maine, Maryland. And then took the Shenandoah Parkway south and all that. I've been wanting to do it for several years. And then that trip going through all the trees changing colors in the fall and all that. Oh, it bit me, man. It bit me hard. I've got to get another little convertible, do some sport car camping, which I haven't done in decades. I love that. Get a little small sports car, something, you know, sporty and not big. I did it a few times with my M5, but that was a little bit too fast and boisterous of a car, you know. Get out there and you find those nice scenic twisty country roads and you got 400 and change, almost 500 horsepower under your right foot. It's hard to not play with that, and you end up going fast and not really enjoying the scenery because you're blasting through it at breakneck speeds. But something small, convertible like the Miata or maybe a BMW Z4, something like that, that would be great. Take just enough stuff with you that you can stop and camp, you know, pitch a tent out, have cooking stuff with you, all that. But not so much. But not so much that you need a trailer, you know. Just the essentials. Sport touring, sport camping. That's why I enjoy, you know, motorcycle touring and camping so much, because it's more of a minimalist challenge. You take less stuff with you, hopefully, so you can just disconnect a bit, you know, just take it easy. When you take a travel trailer or an RV or whatever, even, you know, full-size car camping or truck camping, you end up taking so much crap with you, you might as well just stay home. You're taking your whole house with you, and your kitchen sink and everything. It's nice to pare down and just go with the essentials. A lot of people don't have that desire or that need, or they just don't get it, maybe because they haven't done it and experienced it. But for me, my life is so busy and complicated that getting out and disconnecting and just almost doing nothing, doing a whole lot of nothing. it's fantastic, man. Absolutely fantastic. And of course, when I bring you guys along for the rides, and especially the camping and all that, it complicates my side of things, obviously. It's self-imposed, I'm not complaining, but it's a lot more work to bring the camera gear and the tripods and, you know, think about camera angles and what am I going to show and what am I going to not show and all that. And then, of course, there's the huge production task after the fact of editing the video and trying to make it interesting and cutting out all the dead space and everything else. So I don't always bring all the gear. I just go do it. And whenever I disappear from YouTube for a while, you know, a month or two at a time, and I just haven't posted much, it's because I'm out doing exactly that. I'm disconnecting. I'm not taking my extra shit with me. I don't even like taking the phone with me, but I'll use that for emergencies and occasionally for navigation. But most of the time when I'm at camp, I don't even mess with the phone. I don't watch videos on YouTube or Netflix or anything. I zone out. I stare at the trees, listen to the wind. That's it. I just do nothing. The same goes for just the weekend rides, you know, getting out, and I go out routinely to just relax and ride and clear my head, and I typically don't even take the camera, or I don't turn it on. It's almost always mounted on the helmet here, but I won't have a battery for it, or the SD card won't even be in it, and that's just fine. I just ride. Gotta have that unwind and recharge time. Alright, guys. I'll ride the shoulder, it's not too far. Speed limit 70 out here, I'm doing 60, that's pretty good. I don't want to go fast, I'll let them go. That's what I liked a lot about the Super Cub backroad touring as well, but the problem with Super Cub is twofold. One, it's only got a gallon fuel tank, which gives you some serious range anxiety. And two, its top speed, especially in conditions like this when it's really windy, is barely going to be 60 miles an hour, barely. And that's tapped out. That's all you got. Just absolutely wide open, wringing its little lung out. So it can be stressful just in those two facts right there. If you can find, you know, rural roads where the speeds are much lower and you don't mind putting along at 50, then that's a whole lot better, because it gives you a little bit of headroom to accelerate up if you need to, whatever, and you're not absolutely wide open on the throttle, just bringing its neck to try to kill it, get up hills and stuff like that. So anyway, I still enjoy taking it out and doing these kind of rides, but you can go a lot further with something like this. It's still small bore in my opinion because it's only 350cc, but it can go a whole lot longer, you know, distance-wise. And it's got that extra headroom, you know, to run 75 if you need to. Shiner! Cool. Let's see if we can find the brewery, eh? Use a little break from the wind, man. It's beating me up today. The bike is staying pretty steady, but I'm getting beat up on top of the bike. Helmet's getting bobbled around. I feel like a weeble wobble. All right, help me find the brewery. Shiner. Population 2,200 something, or 27, I couldn't read it. It's not a very big little town. I wouldn't even call it a city. It's not big enough to be a city. It's a town. But they do have a brewery that puts out a lot of beer. Oh yeah, and they might have their Octoberfest beers going right now. It's that time of year. Usually around this time of year, Friedrichsburg, Shiner, a lot of these German towns through here have Octoberfest specials. They'll have big, you know, fairs set up in their downtown centers and all that. So maybe I'll get lucky. Let's see. Could be fun. Of course, I can't get sauced. I got to ride home. I'm gonna have one. I'm gonna wait a little bit. Shiner Diner. Well, it's a pretty sleepy downtown center today. I don't see anything going on. No fun and activities of any flavor, it doesn't look like. There's a downtown center over there. Nothing going on. Well, maybe I'm not stopping in Shiner. Dang it. Dang it. So back to my neighborhood. I'm going to drop off the backpack real quick, and I'll go fill this thing up, and we'll take a look at the mileage and see what the totals were. Hard to see these people through the trees there. They're not running their daylight or daytime running lights. Yeah, well, fun trip. It wasn't as spectacular as I had hoped. I was really wanting to see some kind of an eclipse, but that did not happen. So, home again. I'll drop off this backpack real fast and head back out for the refill. Hey, Grace!